Okay, we are good to go, Sue.
Okay, thank you. The Richmond Sanitary District Board of Commissioners special meeting of October 19th of 2021 is called to order. The first item of business is the recommendation to award the bid for the New Paris Pike landfill cells 4A and 4B construction project.
Yes, Madam President and Board. Thank you for allowing us to call this special meeting specifically for this cell construction project. As we had discussed last time, with the market volatility, one of the things that we can do to try to reduce some of the risk for the contractor and for us is to turn a contract around quickly so they can be confident in their pricing, especially for materials such as the liner. So we bid this project earlier this year and received no bids. And then with these changes, rebid it just here recently and received 5 bids last week. We have reviewed that along with our engineering consultant that did the design work for this project. And it is our recommendation to award a contract to Turner Construction Incorporated of Bedford, Indiana, to construct the New Paris Pike landfill cell 4A and 4B construction project for a total contract price of $3,161,197.63. And we had budgeted and put back in our savings account $3.274 million. So we have enough in those accounts to cover this without having to make any adjustments to the budget. So it's my recommendation to award this as presented.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments, or I will entertain a motion?
President Miller,
Yes, Mr. Steens?
I'll make a motion to award the contract to Turner Construction Incorporated of Bedford, Indiana to construct the New Paris Pike landfill cells 4A and 4B. The total contract price will not exceed $3,161,197.63.
And I will second the motion. I guess I had one comment. I know that we had a price adjustment on another contract at a meeting last month. I assume that does this contract still have a similar type of thing for either the liner or any other components of it?
No, and this, the way we bid it and awarded it in a quick manner should help everybody in that scenario.
Okay.
The hope was that their pricing from their suppliers should remain good through this time period until we're able to issue notice to proceed, and therefore there shouldn't be any risk on anybody for that kind of thing.
And what's the projected life of these 2 cells?
It all kind of depends. I'd have to look. We've done these every 7 or so years. Each cell has a little bit different life because of the farther we go out, the more in the footprint, the more volume we're creating because we're able to go higher. So some of the reason we've not been able to get to maximum permitted grade on some of our existing cells is because the footprint's not high enough to be able to just, slope the sides up to reach that height yet. And as we're doing this, we'll add this. Now, this is a few more acres than what we've done in the past. I think this is 11-ish or so acres, and the last time we did 7 acres. But I still think that's going to be a good approximate. 7 to 10 years is going to be a good approximate for what we're going to see out of this.
And do you anticipate that we can begin accumulating in our savings, capital improvements, set asides for the 7-year out?
Yeah, I think that's the idea of that process. Is every year now we can start putting back a few $100,000 as opposed to having to come and do big chunks. To me, that's a goal of this savings program, is not only for that, but really for all of our assets. And as we start to implement our asset management software that we're working on, and that program as a whole, we'll be able to better forecast exactly what those costs are going to be, and exactly when we're going to need to spend those, so we can then plan better for, and set that money aside every year. So when we have it, we've been saving for 10 years or 20 years. It depends on what the life of the asset is that we're talking about. But yeah, that's exactly the plan.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, there's been a motion and a second. So Jess, will you call the roll?
Greg,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
3 in favor, 0 opposed.
2. The next item of business was the recommendation to award the quote for full-size pickup trucks.
Yes, Madam President, Board. While we were here, I thought we'd go ahead and just award some of the other ones that we received last week, so we can get that the contract process started for those. This is a couple vehicle replacements. We actually have 3 trade-ins that are listed on your report. We solicited quotes for 2 full-size pickup trucks, and we received 2 bids. The bid tabulation is attached. They both use the buy local, so that really negated any kind of effect that would have on it. But it's my recommendation to award a contract to Wetzel Ford of Richmond, Indiana, for a total price after trade-ins of $96,003 for the purchase of these 2 vehicles. And there were funds budgeted in this year's budget for this purchase.
Thank you. Do I hear a motion?
Well, I have one question here.
Okay. sure.
Elijah, I just noticed under the other person that gave the quote, Cronin, Toyota, Nissan, they didn't offer any trade-in allowances at all.
Yeah, they didn't, and it sounded like whoever put the bids together failed. I don't know if they were actually going to put $1 to that, or if they
But the quote we received
included. It did not have any trade-ins, nor did they actually submit the specified vehicle as they were supposed to.
Okay.
I mean, so it worked out that they were not the lowest anyway, but
Okay.
that's correct.
That's what happened. Okay.
Yep.
President Miller,
Yes, Mr. Spink.
make a motion to award a contract to purchase 2 Ford F-150 crew cab 4x4 pickups as specified. It includes trade-in of 3 vehicles for a total price of $96,003.
And I'll second the motion. There's a motion and a second toward a contract to Wetzel Ford of Richmond, Indiana for the purchase of 2 Ford F-150 crew cab 4x4 pickups as specified for an after trade-in price of 3 vehicles, an after trade-in price of $96,003. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, Jess, will you call the roll?
Greg,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
2 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you. The next item of business is the recommendation to award the quote for the wastewater treatment plant grating and railing improvements phase 4.
Yes, Madam President, Board. This is the 4th phase of grading and railing improvements that we've done at our treatment plant over the past several years. We solicited quotes and got 2 back from Maddox Industrial Group and Apex Ag, both of which have done work on previous projects. And after review, it is my recommendation to award a contract to Maddox Industrial Group of Indianapolis, Indiana, to construct the William Edwin Ross wastewater treatment plant grading and railing improvement project part 4 for a lump sum price of $56,989. And this was a budgeted project.
And is there a motion?
President Miller,
Yes, Mr. Steens.
make a motion to award the wastewater treatment plant grading and railing improvements project part 4 to Maddock Industrial Group of Indianapolis, Indiana, for a lump sum price of $56,989.
And I will second the motion. There's been a motion and a second to award the contract to Maddox Industrial Group of Indianapolis for the wastewater treatment plant grating and railing improvements project part 4 for a contract will be a lump sum price of $56,989. Is there any further questions or comments? Hearing none, Jess, will you call the roll?
Greg,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
2 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you. And that takes us to miscellaneous. Is there any other business to be brought before the board today? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
and I'll second the motion. There's a motion and a second to adjourn. Jess, will you call the roll?
Greg,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
2 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you. Yes, we are adjourned. I want to thank the staff down there for quickly reviewing and getting back to us on these contracts. And we are adjourned.